going to be the tutorial for splicing this sill plate so that we don't trip on it when we walk into our shed. In order to do this, we're going to use a few new tools to cut this piece of 2x4 right here and right here where this dot is across. Okay, to make this a little easier for us, what we might want to do is to hide this piece of plywood sheathing on the floor and this floor joist underneath. We can do that by using our white arrow tool, selecting the plywood sheathing component. You can see it's highlighted in blue here, and then right-clicking and say hide. And then you can click on this floor joist and it's highlighted in blue. We can right-click and again say hide. And now we don't have to see those two components. Those are going to be out of our way for the time being. We're going to go in here and we're going to cut along this line. Before we make any cuts though, this component is actually a duplicate of the one way over here. So I'm going to right click and say make unique so that we don't make any edits to this one and inadvertently make edits to the one over there. Now I'm going to use my pencil tool and I'm going to draw from this guideline that we created earlier across to the other side. I don't want it to be a black line on a diagonal. I want it to be this green line that snaps to the point for that intersection, and I'll click to draw the line. You'll see that the pencil is ready to draw the next line from this green point. So what you're going to do is you might want to change the orientation while you're in this tool and zoom in on that piece of lumber. Let me see if I can get in here a little better. There we go. Go back to your pencil tool, and you're going to come straight down to this edge right here. All right, should snap right there. Then you're going to come around to this other side, and you're going to draw the line underneath, okay? And you want it to be on that green axis. So you'll click again, and then you should bring it back up to where you started. And then you can use your white arrow tool to get out of that tool. You should have a line that kind of wraps around that piece of lumber and on the perpendicular axes, okay? What was suggested to me in the tutorial video that I watched is then click on these exterior lines, this one right here, and use your move tool to kind of extend that plane out so that you know that you've got a clear edge of where that was. You can come around to the other side and do the same thing. Click on that edge, use your move tool to just drag it out a bit so that you know that you've got this gray plane slicing through that piece of lumber. We're going to go over to the other side and do the exact same thing. I'm going to use my pan tool to kind of get a little bit of a better orientation here. There we go. All right. So I'm going to use my pencil tool again. Start on this dot that we created earlier and draw straight across with the green axis. Change your orientation. Come down. Come back around here. It might be easier to be from the outside of the shed so you don't have any of those pieces of lumber blocking you. Here we go. Pencil tool. Bring it across to the green, just like that. All right, then I'm going to use my white arrow tool, select this outside line, use my move tool, and bring it out a little bit. If you bring it out on the diagonal, you're going to make a sloppy cut, so make sure you bring it straight out. White arrow tool, click on that blue line, use your move tool, and pull it out. So now we've got two mirroring objects that are slicing through our sill plate on this side of the shed. Okay? The next thing we're going to do, which is a new tool to us, is we're going to trim, all right, this piece of wood. We're going to do that by using our white arrow tool and double clicking on the sill plate. All right, now we're just editing the sill plate, and we're going to intersect it with the planes that we created. We're going to do that by, after we've double clicked and everything else is greened out, you're going to click 3 times, 1, 2, 3, and you'll have the entire component selected. Okay? Then I'm going to right click and say intersect faces with model. Now I can go into my eraser tool and I can erase all of these pieces of the middle that I don't want. And you can see that that sill plate has been cut where these faces were created. All right. I accidentally lost some of the lumber in the interior there, and a little bit over here too. But that's not a problem. We're going to fix that in just a second. You're going to use your white arrow tool and click on the green space again. Okay. And now you can get rid of these gray rectangles that we made. We don't need those. You can use the eraser tool. You can use the white arrow key to select and delete. All right. I'm going to pan over to the other side to delete that other gray square. Oops. Just click undo there. There we go. All right, now I've got to bring this piece of wood back to 3D. So I'm going to use my white arrow tool, and I'm going to double click on this component. Then it's as easy as just using your pencil tool to draw the lines extending from one corner to the other, and everything will come back. We'll go over to the other side, and we'll do the same thing. With our pencil tool, we'll just connect the corners that should have been connected, and you'll see that the wood comes back the way that it should be. Now, when I use my white arrow key to deselect that component that I was editing, and I zoom out, you'll say, Mr. Burns, what happened to the plywood sheathing in that bottom floor joist? You just come over here to the sunglasses or the viewing glasses, and you want to unhide all hidden objects. And now everything should be back the way it should be, and you've got no floor sill plate to trip on when you come into the shed. That's going to be the last part of this tutorial video. The next part, we'll add the header and the jacks, and we should have a door opening in no time.